King Charles has threatened to sever ties with Prince Andrew if the disgraced Duke continues to refuse to leave Royal Lodge for his new home in Frogmore Cottage, a friend of the King has claimed. The Duke, who no longer has official duties after being forced to quit over the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, shares the 30-room, £30 million mansion with his ex-wife Sarah, Duchess of York. The King has long been trying to get his brother, who has no apparent source of income, to leave the Windsor mansion amid rumours the Prince of Wales is keen to take up residence in the property to reflect his role as heir to the throne. While sources close to the King said he is willing to pay for his brother to live comfortably out of his private funds from the Duchy of Lancaster, the level of funding needs to be appropriate. A friend of the King told The Times, "Unfortunately, if Andrew refuses to leave within a reasonable time frame, then the King may be forced to reassess the whole package of support he provides and the Duke would be required to fund the lion's share of his security, accommodation and lifestyle costs all on his own, which, given the sums involved, is highly unlikely to be possible in the long term." Everyone is mindful of his well-being and has his best interests at heart, but there are limits of patience and tolerance. Following the King's continued attempts to evict Andrew from Royal Lodge, a friend of Charles said, "As things stand, life at Royal Lodge is set to become increasingly cold and uncomfortable for the Duke." Claims emerged last year that Andrew could not meet the £400,000 a year upkeep of Royal Lodge, which is thought to be worth £30 million. It was reported that the Duke was told he would have to leave the property. He was granted a stay of execution, it was reported in October, after he did a deal with the King to carry out the repair works on the 19th century, Grade 2 listed property. But the state of the mansion's exterior has since been exposed, with pictures which are said to show that it is still in need of some work, potentially sparking a new row. Andrew downsizing to live at Frogmore Cottage would make a significant saving, with friends of the King saying he would continue to pay for mobile security, but would not have to provide static security for the building. Those with knowledge of Frogmore Cottage, which used to house the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, said it is in good condition thanks to the work carried out by Harry and Meghan before their move to the US. Recent photos have revealed the state of Prince Andrew's 30-room mansion, which has fallen into disrepair amid an ongoing feud between the Duke and Charles. Andrew first moved into the large mansion in 2004 and now lives there with his ex-wife Sarah. He signed a 75-year lease, paying £250 a week and agreeing to maintain the vast property. Part of the terms of this alleged deal with his older brother was that he would carry out repair works on the 19th century, Grade 2 listed house, but these do not appear to have been done yet. It was reported that Andrew, who was forced to quit royal duties over the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, may have his royal allowance of £249,000 cut, making it difficult for the Duke to fulfill his promises. He reportedly told his friends that such a drastic change to his finances would mean he would not be able to cover the costs of the estate. Despite his possible money worries, sources close to the Duke said back in January, Andrew is going nowhere. He has a cast-iron lease. The Mail revealed last year that the king had offered his younger brother a more modest property, but Andrew reportedly saw this as a demotion too far. The Royal Lodge sits in the heart of Windsor Park, 3 miles south of Windsor Castle, and is part of the Crown Estate.